Hello and welcome. My name is Alan and we are back with more Know Your Members of Congress for the 119th Congress. Today we are looking at Representative Jake Ellzey, who is the representative for the 6th District of Texas. It is a district that runs, it's got this little squiggle that's to the west of the city proper, and then comes down and runs a strip of land under it, so to the south of it. Anyway, he is a Republican, and if I can find my mouse, I'll tell you who took office before he was in office. Ron Wright. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at who Jake Ellzey is as an individual. He was born in Potter County, Texas on January 24th, 1970. Graduated from Perrytown High School in Perrytown, Texas in 1988. Earned a Bachelor of Science from the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland in 1992. Member of the United States Navy 1992 to 2012. Has been a business executive, a commercial pilot, member of the Texas Veterans Commission 2012 to 2018, member of the Texas State House of Representatives 2021, unsuccessful candidate for nomination to the 116th Congress in 2018, elected as a Republican to the 117th Congress by special election to fill the vacancy caused by the death of U.S. Representative Ron Wright, and re-elected to 2 following Congresses. So he is in term 3. Now, let's go ahead and look at the committees he is on. He is on the Committee on Appropriations, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Defense, the Subcommittee on Interior, Environment, and Related Agencies, and the Subcommittee on Labor, Health and Human Services, Education, and Related Agencies. He's on the Committee on Small Business, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Contracting and Infrastructure, and the Subcommittee on Rural Development, Energy, and Supply Chains. Now let's go ahead and look at his top 5 individual donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, we have AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, a pro-Israel lobbying group that advocates its policies to the legislative and executive branches in the United States, and is one of several such pro-Israel lobbying organizations, and has been called one of the most influential lobbying groups in the U.S. It was founded in 1954 by lobbyists for the Israeli government, partly to counter negative international reactions to Israel's Kibbutz massacre of Palestinian villagers that year, and became a powerful organization during the 1980s. In 2002, it expressed intent to lobby Congress to authorize use of force in Iraq, and in 2003, the Iraq War was defended at AIPAC events. In 2005, Pentagon analysts pled guilty to espionage charges of passing U.S. government secrets to senior APAC officials in what was the APAC espionage scandal. Of course, they're vile, evil, demonic monsters. All together, they have donated $83,008. And once again, that's APAC. Next, at number 2, we have the Airline Pilots Association. And they are the largest pilot association in the world, representing more than 80,000 pilots from 43 U.S. and Canadian airlines, and was founded on the 27th of July, 1931, as a member of the AFL-CIO and the Canadian Labour Congress. Known internationally as the USALPA. ALPA is a member of the IFALPA, which is the International Federation of Airline Pilots Associations. The association has been a staunch proponent of a 1,500-hour rule, which requires pilots for commercial airlines to log 1,500 hours of flying before they can obtain their license, which is vastly higher than the rules in other countries and has substantially increased the cost and time for prospective pilots to obtain certification. Altogether, they have donated $20,000, and once again, that's the Airline Pilots Association. Next, at number 3, we have Peck Enterprises, and they are headquartered in the U.S. with a line of business that includes the operation of non-classifiable establishments. See if we can find more information. Specifically, they seem to be headquartered in Birmingham, Alabama, and to own and do business as Swagalock, Alabama, which machinery, equipment, supplies, but they're the main name of the company is Peck Enterprises that owns it all. They say it is our current legal name. But they do work as a independent distributor for Swagalock in Alabama, Swagalock, Alabama. So apparently Swagalock is a bigger company than just Alabama. Authorized sales and service center for Swagalock for Alabama, Central and South Florida, West Tennessee, Puerto Rico, parts of Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri, and the Caribbean. So a lot of the southeast. But other than that, we don't know much about who Peck Enterprises themselves are. Altogether, they have donated $18,446, and once again, that's Peck Enterprises. Next, at number 4, we have Southwest Airline Pilots Association. And they offer human resource services to the aviation industry productivity, serving customers in Texas, specifically for Southwest Airlines, which is headquartered in Dallas, Texas. They are the exclusive bargaining unit for over 11,000 Southwest Airlines pilots, and they say they're committed to advocating for pilots' rights and benefits while promoting safety and professionalism in aviation. And being recognized as the leaders in productivity and experts at operating the Boeing 737. But yeah, about 83% of Southwest Airlines employees are members of a union, and the Southwest Airline Pilots Association itself is not affiliated with the Airline Pilots Association union. The aircraft maintenance technicians are represented by the Aircraft Maintenance Fraternal Association, and customer service agents and reservation agents by the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers Union. Interesting that a single company has a union just for its specific pilots, but altogether they have donated $17,500, and once again, that's the Southwest Airline Pilots Association. Finally, in 5th, we have Hill and Company, which seems to be connected to a Vernon W. Hill, who apparently owned a number of banks. Founder and former chairman of Metro Bank, which is a UK retail bank with 77 stores. Also, he was founder, former chairman, president, and CEO of Commerce Bancorp in New Jersey, and chairman of Philadelphia-based Republic Bank. So he's been the head of a number of bank companies. Yeah. He also was chairman of Fetch Incorporated, which was a pet health insurance company. But yeah, Hill and Company, which is dealing with a Vernon W. Hill. Altogether, they have donated $16,640, and once again, that's Hill and Company. Now, let's look at his top 5 industry donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have Retired, who altogether have donated $3,882,494. Next at number 2 is Republican conservative groups, who altogether have donated $1,343,350. Next at number 3 is Real Estate, who altogether have donated $92,717. Next at number 4 is Securities and Investment, who altogether have donated $142,654, and in 5th is Health Professionals, who altogether have donated $131,760. Now, let's look at the donors at a glance. APAC, boo, suck. Airline Pilots Association, great, absolutely wonderful. Peck Enterprises, fine, okay. Southwest Airline Pilots Association, while I'm normally a big fan of unions, I don't like the fact that Southwest Airlines goes and creates its own, because it specifically means it can do things to it that it can't do to the Airline Pilots Association. But with that said, we're still a union, and I'll give it a okay, good. Hill and Company. Don't know a whole lot about them, but it's mainly dealing with banks and pet insurance. We'll say fine, because it's not specifically banking industry, but he is, the company itself seemed to be involved in a lot of banking, but other things as well, so kind of a middle ground there. Industry wise, Retired, great, absolutely wonderful. Republican conservative groups, boo, suck. Real Estate, ooh. Securities and Investment, boo, suck. Health Professionals, good, great. Overall, we'll say a mixed bag, leaning negative, because you've got the APACs in there, you've got Republican conservative groups, Securities Investment. Some of these I don't really know a whole lot about, like with Peck Enterprises or Hill and Company. I could just tell you what I was able to find out who they are. But that being said, the other ones are pretty good, pretty decent. You know, Health Professionals, Retired, unions. So again, mixed bag, but leaning negative. But this has been a look at Representative Jake Ellzey, who is the representative for the 6th District of Texas. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting my links and sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.